Well, good evening everybody. Welcome back to Queen's Club for our final match of today's programme in the 2025 Sir John Ritblat British Open. We've got Bryn currently down the service end and sporting, I think, some of the grooviest trainers I think I've ever witnessed. Coming up against Tony Hollins. Down the receiver's end. Giles Doy and Sam? Is it Sam or is it Sammy Leg?
It's an eternal question that I'm asked. As long as you don't call me Samuel, I'm perfectly happy.
Giles Doy and Mr. Leg. Giles Doy and Mr. Leg joining you for commentary of tonight's proceedings.
How have you been going tonight, Giles?
Say that again, Sam?
How have you been going tonight, Giles?
I think it's been a really intriguing day of tennis. We've had some fantastic matches. We've had some fantastic matches throughout the tournament, and today's been no exception. 2 matches earlier today which went against the seeding, followed by just now Rob Fay and Josh Dodgson, which very much went with the seeding.
Yes, there was a significantly bigger difference in handicap between that match and the previous 2.
Yes, I think you'd look at the form book and say that Rob was very much destined to take victory in that one. Look at some of the numbers for Bryn. Bryn, arguably probably a little bit out of position on rankings and on handicap. He's been out of the game. He's been out of kind of big tournaments for a little while with some injuries and operations and health bits and pieces, but he is the head professional here at the Queen's Club. No, this
definitely senior professional. Our marker from the first match of today, Ben Rawlinson, was.
Apologies, apologies, Ben. I know you might not be watching, but that was a horrible mistake on my part.
I'm sure he will give you some stick about that later. Up against Bryn today is outgoing professional from the Newport Tennis Club, Tony Hollins.
It's been a bit of a quick turnaround for Tony. So less than 24 hours ago, he was on the other court, playing his round of 32 match against Ned Batstone.
That being said, he was just on the court. He's just exited for an unknown reason. Tony is currently juggling Newport and Boston part-time. It's only his second visit to the UK for the British Open, and it's his first time he's made it to the second round. Hopefully going deep against Bryn in this match.
Yeah, they've both met a few times before. All 5 previous meetings have gone in Bryn's favour. This is their first meeting on British soil in, I guess, competitive level of tennis. But I guess, you know, Tony would take some favour from the fact that their most recent meeting, which was less than a month ago, really, just over a month ago, over in Aiken, he was able to get a set off Bryn for the first time.
It should also be noted that both of these players hail from Seacourt originally.
Yes, indeed.
2 of 4 players in today's matches.
Yes, with Will Flynn
and Josh Dodgson.
Well, and Josh Dodgson. The legacy of Seacourt players continues throughout the professional game.
Okay, this is the second round match for 2025 British Open, best of 5 6-game sets. At the hazard end from the National Tennis Club, Tony Hollins. And at the service end, number 7 seed from the Queen's Club, Bryn. Play well, guys. First game, love all.
Our marker for today's match is Westwood Country Club head pro Ben Taylor Matthews.
15 love.
This is a somewhat special occasion for me, Giles, because I've never seen either of these two play in person, and I
Really?
particularly admire Bryn's game. So I'm looking forward to watching this.
I have to say,
15 all.
on the occasions I'm lucky enough to come to Queen's to watch some of the tennis here, definitely one of the
Thank you.
special parts of today, special parts of coming up here is seeing the double-handed backhand from Bryn Sayers. Watch that all day long. Hopefully we'll have plenty of that in tonight's match.
1 fault. All. Oh. Thank you. 30 all.
It's unlucky from Sayers. I thought that one went in. Great heat.
Chase 6, 2 chases. 30 all.
Aggressive play on the floor from Hollins.
Yeah, and I'd say not. I will confess I've not seen stacks of Tony play recently. I did stay up a little bit last night to see his match against Ned. I think a couple of things that really struck out to me. Maybe we'll see both of these today. His volley return serve against Ned last night was particularly ruthless and very, very effective. What we also saw was Tony's real ability to control the pace of the game.
1 the chase. 40-30 receiver, chase 6.
Tony's a little bit too far away from the ball there, reaching out a little bit too much.
Chase a yard better than second gallery. Oh. Love.
I was going to say that's one of the first starts of the Bryn Sayers double-handed backhand, which I didn't really get the result he wanted.
And half a yard worse than the last
Lovely
2 chases.
drive there.
15 love.
Yeah, Bryn's backhand, for those who've never seen it before, is most directly akin to a backstick hockey stroke. A backstick bunt.
That's a good way to describe it. Really good way.
If there are any real tennis / hockey multi-sport athletes out there, I would
15 love receiver. First chase is
urge
a yard better than
urge you
second
very
gallery.
strongly to try the cack-handed backhand. It's surprisingly easy.
Whoa.
In fact, I'd almost go as far as to say it's as easy as Bryn makes it look.
Lovely straight drive from Tony there.
30 love.
That was another thing that I
Half a yard worse than the last gallery.
noted and saw a lot of last night from Hollins against Batstone. He didn't miss the dead-ons more than 5 times through the whole match. Tony loves to hit it over the high part of the net.
15-30.
He's very accurate on that ball.
Superb return from Tony, though, as we were kind of saying yesterday. His
Bryn.
30, 40.
Possibly if it's off the mark, possibly having a bit of fun with that ball. If it gets far enough in front of you, that is a genuine option for a desperate last attempt.
Hazard. Thank you.
That I probably wouldn't class as a genuine option. Solo left-handed forehand volley.
no, me neither.
Advantage, 1 chase.
Yeah, Bryn taking his entire right hand off the racket for that particular volley. Didn't entirely go well for him. But as Rob proved in the last game, hazard chases are very easily beatable.
I think particularly if you're, I think as we've already started to see with Tony, if you've got that propensity to play a strong target game, and you're picking the right types of serves,
better
then
than the second gallery.
hazard chases are definitely an option to go here.
Oh,
As you were chatting with Ben Gatenbeek on the last match, the theoretically perfect game of tennis involves hitting hazard chases. Would help if he hit winnings as well. And Tony brings up his first for the match.
hazard. First gallery. Juice. More than a yard, worse than the last.
It's a great shot to find the
Two
chase,
chases.
I think. One that we don't get seen used as much on return of serve. The seldom for the top 6 players in the world. Drive
Reduce.
hard
First chase, hazard. First gallery.
into the forehand corner with no intention of hitting dead ons.
Oh, won it.
Wow.
Advantage receiver, more than a yard, worse than the last.
Felt like
Series
quite a
of-
risky second serve from Bryn there.
It's a great rest.
Lovely play,
Good tennis.
lovely play.
I do take a bit of an issue with you saying that was a risky second serve because I'm very partial to a second serve railroad, Giles.
Oh, I quite enjoy a good second serve railroad. But
First gallery.
that's why I'm a 55 handicap.
There are certain scenarios where it is the book move.
Advantage, 1 chase.
I'm interested that Bryn's volleying those double-handed backhands off the penthouse. I think the book move is to not, but as you can see the grill count so far, led by Levi Gale.
Advantage, receiver.
I mean, Bryn's already on 3 grills. We're only a couple of games in, so
Bryn's leading the points won by girls
First
percentage
gallery.
by
Yeah,
a mile.
that's probably not a fair statistic.
No, everyone else in that list has played a couple of matches, so if you can continue 25% grills through 2 matches, you're doing all right.
Deuce. Advantage
Again,
server.
we see the solo left-handed forehand volley. Drops the right.
Just not working for him. Not working for him there. That was a tricky shot though.
He's currently 0 from 2.
Game. 1 game all.
Good shooting.
15 love.
Never looked like that was missing.
All.
One from 3. Tony opting to volley off the penthouse with great success.
He was doing this so much last night, and I did look at it thinking like that is quite high risk, but he was really making it work last night against Ned.
Last gallery.
I think the only players at the top level who opt to volley that are the lefties. Stephen Can.
Yeah, I was
maybe
gonna say.
John Lumley.
All.
As we see both players working their way into this first set, how do you think we're going to see this match unfolding?
Well, I think if you look at the seedings, you look at the handicaps between them. I think if you look at the the past performances, the past matches that both players have played, you would look at this and think that Bryn should see this off in 3 sets, and maybe think if Tony was able to get a set off Bryn in this, that he would probably take that as a bit of a win.
I think it should also be noted that this is Bryn's home court.
Indeed.
Won it. Game receiver. 2 games to 1.
But also, I think if you just look at the types of the matches that we've had today, I'm not entirely sure I'd say the form book is a reliable predictor of how things are going to go.
No.
Love.
Some news from the gods above in our ears. Ben Gatenbeek. This is Tony's first ever British Open match on the East Court.
How has that gone onto the penthouse?
Real tennis is a cruel and unpredictable mistress.
Was Tony's doubles match on this court? Yes, on Friday. So we're going to qualify that by saying it's his first singles match on this court. British Open's usually a tournament that Tony has not often tended to enter. He did play last year, but played on the West Court. He played against Freddie Bristow, if I remember seeing from the intro.
(15-40).
Love that.
Game
Absorbing
server.
the pace on the backhand
2
volley.
games all.
So solid.
Oh.
How do you see this game unfolding, Sam?
I think if we go by these first 4 games, it could be tighter than the book suggests. Maybe a bit of commentator's curse coming in.
I was going to say that is a bit of a wild swipe from Tony.
Yeah.
Last gallery.
I
30
think
love.
the longer Tony plays himself into this, the more chance he'll have. I think Bryn's physical condition is the biggest question
40
mark.
love. 1 chase.
Couple of loose, very very loose returns from Tony there. Hopefully hopefully for his sake, he's not going to let that get into his head a bit too much. We could start finding this game racing away very quickly from him. You've obviously been here, Sam, for most of the matches, well, particularly yesterday and all of the matches in qualifying as well. Were there any kind of particular highlights for you from Super Sunday yesterday, or any of the qualifying matches that caught your eye?
I think the people at home can answer that for themselves.
That's a very good commentator's answer.
Will Flynn has been the highlight of the tournament for me so far, along with the 5-setter between Yoda and Luke. Of course, Henry and Nino.
Won it. Let's game receiver. 3-2. First set.
As we see a great hold from Bryn to break off to 3-2.
15 love. Worse than second gallery. 15 love.
I never realised this until I saw it in person, but Bryn's backhand allows him to take the ball so late.
It's a tiny, just a little dink there really from Bryn to fish that out underneath the grill.
It's a lovely touch.
More than a yard, worse than the last 2 chases.
The touch of a man that knows exactly how big his court is. Really just barely tickled the sidewall. Got ugly for Tony in the backhand corner.
Bryn very much taking control of the last kind of 3-4 points here.
Didn't really need to control the points in the last game. Tony sorted those out for him. As we see that ball.
Yeah, it's just fell a little bit too low for Tony to get something underneath it.
Yeah. the
Tony's
ledge.
getting so low.
15-30. Excuse me. More than a yard worse than the last.
Almost didn't have to play that. That was coming out into the court a long way.
It's better than 2. 40-15.
Yeah, I have to say, Tony does get into some incredibly athletic positions on court. He must be very photogenic for Tim Edwards, who's buzzing around Queen's Club today. I can't relate.
Well, I guess one of the things that we obviously we didn't see it in Rob's match today, but I'm sure we'll see it at some point this week. Will be Rob's trademark climb up the tambour wall to try and defend a grill attack. That I think was always one of the.
Yeah, I think usually reserved for doubles. We don't see it as often in singles.
I think I've mostly seen it in singles stuff, you know.
Game receiver.
I might be thinking that purely because we see less grill hitting.
Chase better than 3. Love all.
I can think of 3 other people who do that as well.
15 love.
Shout out to Ollie Pridmore in Australia who does that, as well as man of the tournament so far, Will Flynn, and Tuxedo second pro in Australia.
Yep.
All.
It's a bit of a body shot from there, from Bryn.
No. 30-15. Sorry. I just didn't hear you.
I think that was well marked by Matthews. Bryn questioning a call in the backhand corner there.
30-15 server.
The lack of the not up call.
Yeah, I think Ben got that right.
Yeah. I thought that was well marked. That's well played.
It's very well played.
30 all.
It's an important point, this.
Tony's athleticism not quite catching up with him there.
30 all 4-2.
40-30, 1 chase.
And that sets up Bryn very, very well for a potential 5-2 lead.
Our marker today actually will have quite a vested interest in this. Winner of this will play the winner of tomorrow's round of 16 match, which is between Ben Taylor Matthews and John Woods Casey.
Chase better than 3.
That's a good scouting strategy from Matthews.
It's a good way to show an interest in the game while making a contribution.
Oh.
Maybe jotting a few notes down as well.
That's a great cut.
Better than 3 was the chase. Fantastic response from Tony there.
Absolutely ripped in the backhand corner.
Advantage receiver. Call up please, Tony, thank you.
Starting to see a little bit of pace from both players now. Kind of a little bit of a mix up in some slow balls and some quicker balls.
Game. 3 games to 4.
It's brought Tony back into the game a little bit, kept him within touching distance of Bryn.
No.
Great reactions off the
3 and
timbre,
4
but
level.
slightly fortunate neck tape gets in the first chase.
Oh. And 4.
That was a
Slight
real,
miscue.
Chases.
I was going to say that was not the direction that I think Tony was hoping to send that ball, but he will not be upset with a 4-yard chase to defend.
Yeah, very fortunate fluke.
Level. First chase is 3 and 4. Three and 4. Love. Chase 4. Won it. 30 love. Better than 5. 30 love. $15.30.
Don't think Bryn thought that was probably down, judging by his reaction.
40-15. One chase.
That railroad just jumped a little extra towards Bryn. You saw him marches back to get away from it. He has, however, sent Tony the wrong way on a few shots so far this match.
Yeah, definitely a couple of occasions where Tony's just kind of left in the middle, watching the ball flying past.
40-15. Server leads.
The either end of either side of the court.
5.
Just shows how late he's taking that ball.
This will give him a bit more breathing space in this first set. Better than 5.
Won it. And the
Well
game.
played.
Yeah, very well played.
5 games to 3 time.
That is the book shot.
5-3. Server lead. Thanks, Tony. 15 love.
Tony trying to cut that one so aggressively, just caught an edge of the frame on the way past.
Far too quick for Tony.
30 love.
Two from 4.
$15.30.
I was initially thinking that Tony speeding things up a little bit wasn't really working, but definitely got the error from Bryn the second time.
$40-15.
Possibly the ill-advised choice from Tony that brings up 2 set points for Bryn.
That's a great pickup from Bryn.
better than
Wow.
6.
Great tennis.
40-15.
Still set point, but Tony's at the right end. I think he'll be happy with that. Regarding your comment earlier on Bryn's shoes, Giles, I think the only colour that is leirier than
40-15.
neon pink
Receiver, better than 6.
has to be ball fluff yellow.
Ooh, okay.
This game and the first set to the receiver.
Bryn takes
Games to
the
3.
first
Second
set,
level.
6 games to 3.
Love.
Starts things off in the second set with some serious anger. That's his first dead-on shot of the match.
Worse than second gallery. 15 love.
Yeah, he was so far up the court, really the main ball was the correct option. Executed well though. Like that.
15 all.
Bryn playing with the strings, I don't think they were at fault, mate.
No, I don't think you can blame them.
Better than the
great
last
shot.
gallery. 2 chases.
Usually a shot reserved for Rob Fay and lefties that forced from the backhand corner, as we see the summary from the first set. Bryn with a game's worth of grills, and Tony with 3/4 of a game worth of everything else.
Fairly, it's that serves one statistic that I think is probably kind of the real kind of difference again.
Yeah, Bryn's performing from both ends, whereas Tony's slightly behind from the receiver's end and
First chase is worse than second gallery.
much off the pace at the service end. He's really not converting that return of serve, obviously.
No.
(30-15), better than the last gallery. Ball. 30 all. Chase, better than 3, 30 all.
Looking a little fatigued on that last lunge there. Stepped all the way through it.
(40-31) chase.
Do you know, Giles, which of Bryn's hips got replaced?
That sounds like an extremely personal question. I do not know which one of which side Bryn's hips got replaced, which is not especially good match preparation on my part for not knowing these types of things.
40-30.
Well, I didn't know either, so I'm not going to blame you
Chase
for that.
better than 3.
Maybe that's something for the people at home to...
You've got a 50% chance of being right.
Lost it for worse than 3.
Call was
Game
worse
server.
than 3.
1 love.
Point to the server.
Oh.
trying to think about
15
your
love.
luminous yellow trainers. For some reason, I have this image in my head. Chris Chapman, I think sometimes wore. I think they were quite bright yellow trainers.
I think you'd be correct in that it's a recent development of Chapman's. He used to be a big fan of the Salming squashes,
Yeah,
which
this is
sadly
what
can't buy in
love.
this yellow.
this is what I'm trying to. This is what I'm trying to sort of. I'm trying to reconcile in my head because you're right. He was a big fan of Salming.
Chase a yard worse than the last gallery. 30 love. Worse than two chases.
Totally disappointed with the decision there. He's just not entirely comfortable with what it's doing around those walls and trying to cut more off than I think he possibly could or should be doing. It's great aggression, but it doesn't matter if you can't get there.
30 love to Bryn.
30 love. Server leads a yard worse than last gallery.
That's a fantastic return from Tony.
15-30.
Drilling
Chase
it
worse than
straight
two.
into the backhand corner. This will be a trickier. This will be a trickier return.
It's a great choice from there.
30 all.
It's so hard to pick whether that one's going to the backhand corner or cross court.
Out of court.
Another wonderfully cut backhand volley. Brings up a point for 2 love.
40-30. Chase worse than 4. 40-30.
Should be noted, viewers at home, if you would like to learn the backhand, Tony's technique would be a very easy one to copy. Keeps that backhand racket so open that even if he misses the middle of the racket, it's still going over the net.
Yeah.
40-30. Server. Chase worse than 4. Won it. Juice.
Can't convert.
Go.
Straight past him.
Advantage server. Chase a yard worse than the last. Advantage.
It's good deception. Thought for love nor money that was going nowhere near the backhand corner. Here we see so far the dominant performances of the first round.
Advantage receiver.
Yeah, and
A yard
definitely you
worse
can.
than the last gallery.
Rob's win against Josh Dodgson was very much a showcase of how to win it from the service end and also how to win it from the receiving end. I would certainly expect that number to go down for Rob as the tournament progresses.
Juice.
You can't serve it much better than that.
Another 50 of those, he might win the match.
I'll take things you can't write for 500, please.
Thank you.
I mean, to be fair to Tony,
Advantage server.
he nearly lobs that onto the sidewall and into the dead on. I don't think that was that far away. That's a good play from Bryn. He was opening his body up there
Game
for
server. One game all.
a shot towards the timbre, but right at the last moment takes it into Tony's forehand.
Love.
It's also telling they're running all the way up to the net to not set a chase. Bryn wants to serve and he wants to keep the serve and he wants to do that at pretty much any cost.
40 love. Six better than 2. 40 love.
See that first flush serve from Bryn in the replay. I think we might get the second.
You can see it again. Oh yeah, that was the
one that Tony got a racket
the lob
to,
that
but
almost went into the dead on.
didn't do much good in that point. It's impressive length from the home senior professional. I'd like to think he's been serving baskets and baskets of those. It's a personal favourite of mine to practice the high serve.
Receiver better than 2. Game receiver. 2 games to 1.
That was a very, very quick game for Bryn to retake the lead in the second set. Yeah, that had last gallery
Chase the
all
last
over.
gallery.
Indeed. I'd be curious, Giles, to hear your opinion on something. I'll talk to you after this
Level.
point.
Okay.
Found.
15 love.
I'd like to go into some more detail on that high serve. I was privy to a commentary chat between Rob and Tony.
Okay.
In the
30 love.
in the Flynn
The Flynn and Leon
Smart match.
Yeah.
15-30. One chase, last gallery.
So far we've seen good success from Bryn on that high serve. He's not working the ball that hard. He's not trying to spin it, especially with any side spin. He's opting to just straight cut that ball. Tony's hitting it ever so slightly, an ever so slight draw on that one for the golfists out there. In the Flynn Smart match, Smart served, I want to say no more than a dozen good first serve high serves.
Okay.
He's the player most renowned for working that ball with a fade,
Yes.
left to right, extremely aggressively. Rob and Tony thought that wasn't doing him any favours. Your thoughts?
Well, 40.
So I would certainly say that
Oh,
I've seen Leon do that serve here quite a lot, and also at Hampton Court quite a lot during the Champions Trophy.
it's better than the door. 40,
And
30.
I think it's one of those serves that if you get it right, it is unplayable. And
The
so
question then is, what spin do you need to put on it to make it unplayable?
well, indeed.
Ben here giving us some good stats
Receiver leads,
on
40, 30. Chase better than the door.
players dominant from the service end. Not necessarily helpful in that high serve chat.
Won it.
Appreciated nonetheless.
Game. 3 games to 1. Chase, worse than a yard. Level.
Yeah, I personally subscribe to the theory that real tennis is all about consistency. Especially, it's thought that it is the case on the floor. In order
Yeah.
to get good, you have to stop making errors.
Yeah.
A yard worse than the last 2 chases.
I think it's not a fallacy to extend that theory to serving, which is probably partly why we saw the game shift from the 70s Ronaldson Highland sort of school of thinking, where you have approximately 843 different
First
serves
chase is worse
that you pull
than
out once
1.
per match. You spend your life on the solo practice court.
Lost it. 15 love. A yard
To the-
worse than last gallery.
G-Car Davies Fay era, where a good railroad became
Won
a
it.
huge
Gets it.
edge from Bryn, but
Gets it
Didn't
second
phase
time
him.
around.
didn't phase him whatsoever.
30 love.
Yeah,
No chase.
the Fay era, where the railroad became
King.
70 to 80% of the
Yeah.
serve served. First serve served, sorry.
40 love.
So I don't know,
15,
Ben, if
40.
you've ever watched me play. I can't imagine you. Okay.
Ben's just saying that he remembers playing a match against Giles, which Giles has obviously forgotten.
Do you know? I
It's nearly a yard worse than the
I
last
do
gallery.
remember, and I think
40,
this may have
15.
been when you first started playing, Ben. I think we ended up playing. I think it was one of the category matches at the Oratory, 2018, something like that.
It's not even that long ago.
40-15. Receiver.
Because for some reason I think I was tidying up my hard drive at some point, and I saw a PDF which had all the results from it, and it had this B Gatenbeat kind of character on it. That was when your handicap was about 65 then.
Won it.
Bryn there.
Game receiver. 4 games to 1. Second set.
Quickly on the tennis before we get back onto that, Bryn's just extended his lead in this set to 4-1 with relative ease, I may add.
So hazard chase.
Thank you. Level.
Card seem to be falling in Bryn's favour at the minute. Yeah,
She's
so
better
see
than
another.
one. Two chases.
I have to confess, Sam, that I am one of those players who subscribes to the Ronaldson 843 different serves type approach. So
Don't let your opponent get used to it approach.
exactly that.
Double.
And so
Has
for
a
me,
chase half a yard.
and people who I will play.
Won it.
I'd like to add to this conversation that I
Love
think
better than a yard.
it's very important to have a smaller number of actions of
15 all.
first serve and variations on a theme is the most important thing.
Okay.
Because
30-15.
the reason why those players in the 70s and 80s had so many different serves is because they had lots of different actions, which is the hard bit to control, gain accuracy on different strokes.
Time, thank you.
But they were also able to place them
30 all.
so well that they had variations of the same stroke, you
Yeah.
know, 8, 9, 10, 11 times.
Yeah.
Last gallery, 30 all.
This conversation's getting a bit wayward. I think the accurate high serve, as we saw there, with less spin, is a more effective solution than trying to serve it
31
with
chase.
consistently a million RPM of spin, because it's just too difficult to place.
Yeah, and I think fundamentally, isn't what you're fundamentally trying to do is just trying to
40,
keep
30,
your
server.
opponent guessing and
Last
thinking
gallery.
about. Isn't that kind of what you're trying to get at with a serve, or are you just trying to?
Well, it depends on if you're trying to serve flush high
Last
serves.
gallery.
Sure.
If you're trying to serve a flush high serve, your opponent generally knows what you're trying to do.
Use. Up.
Dan Warboys has posted in the chat.
It's a great volley force.
Advantage receiver.
Good to hear from you, Dan. You've mentioned another characteristic of my tennis playing, which I think we'll probably leave for the moment.
Bolt.
Well, it may be slightly more relevant than you think, Giles.
Me wearing a cape while playing tennis.
Maybe I need to get my eyes checked. I thought that said cat, referring to the caterpillar, which got served for the first time in a long time in the French Open. Great hands.
A rare dead-on shot.
Receiver's advantage.
Bryn giving himself a little bit more of an advantage in this second set.
Juice. receiver.
I think that backhand corner is ripping slightly harder than the forehand corner on this court.
Game receiver.
Tony,
5 games to 1.
Tony starting to get a bit more frustrated with how some of the shots are landing from him.
Oh,
Yeah, visibly rattled after that down the line dead on from Sayers. That's an
15 love.
emotional shot there.
Yeah, I think that's indicative of where his head is currently at.
Which is entirely, in my opinion, pointless at 5-1 down.
she's better than 2. 15 love.
If you're at this point in the set, you just have to try something
Right.
different and see if it works. You're under no pressure at 5-1 to try particularly hard to win the set, so may as well throw the kitchen sink at Bryn at this point, I think.
30 love.
Do you think you would just keep going rather than write off the set and try again set number 3?
No, because it's a free opportunity to try something else.
Fault.
Sure.
I think it's a waste at this point to just give up and reset. That being said, though,
40 love. 1 chase.
he may need a little extra
Give
time
some
to
balls,
gather his
please, guys.
thoughts.
Thank you.
Over on screen.
He's got a bit
Hello,
of time.
viewers.
He's got a bit of time to do that. I think that he's gathering the balls up.
Yeah, with a collection of the balls, I think from 40 love down, he may not try particularly hard to get this one in the dead-ons. Or beat it on the floor, for instance.
We're very grateful to Ben to switching the camera over to us while they refill the balls. I think all you're showing with this, Ben, is how cold we look.
Yes, we're very thankful for this very small but quite punchy portable heater, which is
Yeah.
heating this bar rather nicely. It's a bit frigid up here in the top gallery. Having operated both courts yesterday, I can say that
40 love.
the Real Tennis and
Better than
Rackets
2.
Museum on the other court is a significantly nicer place to be.
I can imagine. Set point for Bryn. Superb
That is
rest.
game and the
Great
second
rest.
set to the server.
Better than 2 every single time. Bryn had to play every single one of those shots. He was winning that on the floor,
Yeah.
or it was going into the dead on.
Tony playing with great freedom there.
Oh,
I think that'll at least help give him a slight boost that he can still challenge Bryn in this next set.
Wow.
15 loves.
He just looks so flat going over the net.
I think
Just
that's,
tickled over the winning gallery line.
that's a shot that I see. That's a shot that I see best played by Cameron
30
Riviere.
love.
Yes.
Just get the second bounce over the stroke line.
Has it. Thank you.
Just bounced
30
off the
love.
bottom lip of the grill there.
Fortunate bounce for Tony there.
Fault.
Wowzers.
15-30.
It's great heat.
Hazard. Thank you.
Well, I think it's safe to say that Tony's collected himself.
He's, yeah, definitely starting to attack this third set in a similar way, similar way to his second one. I guess.
Speaking of attacking, Tony sadly openingless in that second set.
30-15, receiver, Hazard, worse
Honestly,
than guard.
not a lot to write home about.
There's only 16 points won by Tony in that set.
Fault. Hazard, worse than 2.
Bryn not looking especially happy with how that point played out, but he'll take the fact that he's got a game point.
Won it. This game
Pretty
receiver,
clinical there.
first game, third set.
Dispatching it into the long galleries.
Love.
You've got some more comments in the chat talking about the weather and what we can do for the commentary team up here.
Nice. 30 love.
Certainly such as the
Last gallery, 30 love.
opting to take a last gallery chase than Hazard 1 and 2.
Five. Two chasing.
Susie does make a good point there. If you are coming down to Queen's Club over the course of the week to watch some of the later stage tournaments, even though you might be sitting in the dead on or filling the side gallery, you definitely want to be bringing a coat. It is going to get very fresh down here. And even down in the dead on the side galleries, it's still going to feel
First
pretty
love,
cold.
receiver.
Yeah,
The last gallery.
they've whacked the heating on the dead-ons, but unless you're sitting on the heater, it's not really that effective. Simon Toller William is watching there from the members bar.
Just caught the outrage.
15-30. Chase
Simon Toller
5.
Williams there, T&RA position, head of UK court development.
I believe currently working on a potential court appeal range.
Yes.
Lost the chase. 30 all.
Lovely
shot
shot
from
from
Tony.
Tony.
40, 30.
Jinx.
It's a good shot, deserved compliments in stereo.
Deuce. Advantage server.
Tony not happy with the way that serve was responding.
There's one of the drags of the
Game
tournament.
server. 2 games to love.
Tony could only do his best to get the frame on that one.
Love. love. And ball. 15 all.
Backhand from Bryn. Actually wobbling one of the lights up here. I think it might have switched it off.
Yeah, the lights are in a bit of a checkered state up here.
30-15. Go. .15, chase 2.
Turn you down for us.
Yeah, on the, up in the beams, which seem to be defective or not working, which does make it actually. The more I look at it, the more I kind
15,
of
receiver.
see it.
Chase 2.
Service end, kind of above last gallery, second gallery, is quite a bit darker than other bits of the court.
Yeah, definitely.
Game receiver.
Definitely doesn't make
3
it
games
easy
to love.
No.
with changeable light conditions, as we know from the French Open in
last
September.
gallery.
The players
Double.
struggle with uneven lighting. It's not even accounting for poor Ben as well.
No. Better than 2
I guess
chases.
when you've got such a beautiful natural light that comes in from the roof as you have with Paris, that always becomes an issue, a risk.
Yeah, it's one of the better lit courts on a cloudy day.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, the lack of light diffusion makes it difficult when there's no clouds
No
out,
strokes,
but
chase the last gallery.
certainly brighter than the marker, Taylor Matthews there. Recently promoted to head pro at Westwood Country Club.
15 love, chase
Sadly, due to
better
the
than 2.
devastating passing of Ivan Ronson, rest his soul.
Love. Love.
It's well played from Bryn there.
Game server.
Bryn just
4 games to
starting
love.
to
Calmly, starting to calmly open up the chances for a bagel.
trying some
15 love.
different shots, different positions, playing all over the court.
Finding his targets well as well.
Finding chances to finish the point when he
30
can.
love. Love.
just
Server
now
leads,
Bryn's just
5
finds
games to
himself
love.
1 game away from a place in the quarterfinals.
Takes worse than a yard. Love all.
I think it's fair to say Bryn's feeling fairly comfortable out there at the minute.
Vote.
It's an excellently insightful piece of commentary from me.
Last gallery.
Well, maybe we can start
2 chases.
to look ahead
Double.
perhaps towards some of tomorrow's matches. So tomorrow we see the conclusion of the round of 16 matches. So we start off with Rob Schenkman versus Bertie Vallet, starting at 12 o'clock UK time.
No strokes.
Moving on
First
to
chase is worse than a yard.
Mickey Howell versus Henry Henman at 2 o'clock nominally. Ben Taylor Matthews against John Woods Casey at 4, and then John Lumley and Claire Fay
Worse
at
than 1.
6 p.m.
Vote.
Are you back here tomorrow, Sam, on commentary and cameras?
You better believe it, Giles. I'm here all week. You can't get rid of me.
See, I'm
Chase,
normally the one that's
15
saying
love.
that, but I have to go work for a couple of
Last
days,
gallery.
so I'll be back later on in the week.
That is exceptionally boring. I feel very sorry for you.
All coming back, Tony. Thanks. 15 all.
There is still ordinary play going on the West Court, which is where occasionally we get those tennis noises from.
Tony showing that even when you are 2 sets and 5 love down, you can still show a little bit of flair in your stroke play.
40-15.
Even if you're in the wrong position, it's worth having a go.
Match point.
Stroke. This game
There we have it.
set
That's it.
and the match. Bryn Sayers. 6-3, 6-1, 6-love.
Bryn Sayers through to the quarterfinals in 3 sets.
6-3, 6-1, 6-love. He will go through to Thursday's quarterfinals. So
Wow.
he will play the winner of Ben Taylor Matthews or John Woods Casey. And that brings us towards the end of our coverage for today. We'll look at some of the let's see some of the match stats first.
I do remember you playing with the gloves, so I thought that may be yours. So boys,
I think definitely the grill count that we saw much earlier on in the match was kind of one of the commanding parts of Bryn's game, and we've seen that 9 grills out of 95. What's that? 10% of points. 10% of points from Bryn.
Yeah, that's
Ending up in the grill. That is a very high percentage for that kind of play. But 88 points to 45 is very indicative of 6-3, 6-1, 6-love.
yeah. But he hasn't spent an enormously more amount of time at the service end. Anyway.
That brings us to the end of our coverage today. Thank you very much for coming along. Sam, it's been an absolute blast. Let's do it again sometime, probably
Thank you,
later in the
Giles.
week.
I look forward to it.
Have a good evening, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.